Do you sell products to customers or do you offer services to customers? Whatever your business model is, this video is absolutely important for you because I will be sharing tips on how you can increase your customer base and also make them returning customers, as you would agree that customer retention is absolutely key for business growth. You need to think like your customer. So if you are creating a product, for example, you want to start thinking like your customer. If you were the customer, would you buy that product? Have you made it to a point, have you created that product to a point where you can use it yourself? If your answer is no, then you need to revisit your findings. You need to revisit your production. If your answer is yes, then you're probably doing the right thing. Have you tested the product out to people? Have you sent a few of samples out to your friends? What are your friends saying about your products? Are they giving good feedbacks? If they are not, then you're not ready for the business. Also, if you are a business if you're a service business, if you offer services, then you want to start thinking, does your service, does it give enough satisfaction to a customer? So for example, you're selling courses online. Are your courses detailed? Do they give people that kind of information that they need to hear from those courses? Because these are the ways that you would have more customers when they watch those videos or when they read your courses. Are they getting value from it? If they don't get value, then they will not come back to purchase another course. They won't come back to purchase another service. So these are ways that you need to know. Evaluate all these things first before you do that. Think like your customers before you offer service or before you offer any products to the market. The next point I'm going to be sharing with you is, do you know your customers? It's absolutely important, whether you're just going into your business or you're just starting to provide those services, or you are not even started yet, you are still thinking about the process. Have you done your research on your customers? Do you know what your customer needs? What is your customer base like? Have you done a research on what the market looks like for that product you're going into? So for example, maybe you're thinking you want to go into the hair business. How saturated is this market? Do you know what your customers are looking for? Do you know the businesses that are booming within that space already? And have you researched why customers are buying from your competitors? Have you tried to send out emails to people, to potential customers? Have you tried to reach out? Have you done your questionnaires? Have you done your survey in terms of requirement gathering? The next thing you want to start thinking about is, what is the who are your competitors out there? You need to, this is absolutely important for you because you need to know who your competitors are. You don't want to go into a market and you think you're a standalone business. It is never like that. There is no way that your product is the only product selling at the moment, no matter how niche your product is, because there are millions of products and services out there. But it might be a genuinely new products that you're trying to bring into the market. But have you checked if you have competitors? If you do have competitors, or if you know that your products or services that you're releasing into the market is not one that is extremely special, which means that you have other competitors, have you checked what the competitors are like? Are they competitors that are already huge in the market and will swallow up your business? There are so many competitors and there are so many huge businesses like that, where if a new business is emerging, if it does not have anything unique attached to it, then the bigger businesses or the bigger companies will swallow that up. So you need to know who your competitors are. Are they competitors that you can actually compete with? If they are competitors that are going to be very, very difficult for you to compete with, are you providing some extra service to yours to make your own unique from what the big guys are doing out there? So these are things that you need to do in order to increase your own customer base. Now that I believe that you know your customers, you know your competitors, and you've done your market research, the next thing you want to do is your product packaging. How are you packaging your product? Is your product packaging, is it unique enough? Is it good enough that it will attract you the owner of the business. If it's not going to attract you, then I don't think that you've done it fairly well. What you want to do before you start pushing your products out there is create a very decent packaging. If you don't know where to do this, there are so many packaging companies in China. There are so many companies everywhere else. So you need to do your market research, look for where and how you can create your product in a way that is actually attractive to customers. Even if you have competitors, do you know that with good packaging, it can attract customers? And customers can actually start buying from you by looking at your packaging itself without even testing the product first. So your packaging goes a long way in terms of customer retention and expanding your customer base. Make sure that you gain your customer trust. Trust is absolutely key because number one, your customers don't know you quite well, and people probably are already buying from other people, other businesses like yourself. So how do you bring them to buy from you, and how do you bring them to trust your products or to trust that service? Because the market is big. So you won't expect that you just want to launch a product and people will leave their customers or the businesses that they're buying from at the moment to come to yours without finding any extra or without your trust or anything like that attached to it. So I would advise that if you're going into a new product or if you're going into a new business or a new service, guys, if there's nothing you're not taking with you in this video, please take with you the customer trust. How do you maintain your customer trust, or how do you even gain the customer trust in the beginning? By offering free services. I know that is really difficult, and I know that it's not a lot of people would say, oh no, you're going to make loss or anything, or you're not going to make profit. From when you are starting a business, to create that trust, you want to offer products and get people to test it. Make sure that people are happy with it, and then they will come back to you definitely. You don't have to sell at loss. You don't have to make a loss. You can break even. You can sell some of the products and then you can do a buy one, get one half price. Or do some test products. You know that is part of your market research. Do some test products. Send it out to people. Let people use it. Let them come back to you with feedback. And then you know that you're ready to launch. But when you launch a product where you don't have where people don't trust your products, then it's difficult. By the time people are trusting your products and you're giving some free products out there for people to use, create that avenue for people to leave reviews. So if you have a website, it's very great. Leave opportunities for people to review. If you're on social media page, let people rave about your product. By offering free products or free services, from offering free products and from offering free services, you're gathering feedbacks and you're gathering reviews. With those reviews, do you create time for delivery? What does your delivery say? This is the main thing to consider in terms of delivery, in terms of products. So when you're offering products or services and you say that you have a delivery of 3 days, if you know that the product is going to take a long time or the service is going to take a long time to deliver, then do not offer services. Do not overpromise. I would rather you underpromise and overdeliver. So if you say it's going to take 5 days on your packaging or on the description, if it's going to take 5 days, then if it takes 3 days, your customer is going to be happy because they receive it earlier than they expected. But if you're offering service, so a place, for example, is Fiverr, where there are so many freelancers. If you go on Fiverr, you would find a range of services where some of the services would tell you it's going to arrive, your service is going to arrive, or whatever that service you're inquiring for is going to arrive in 3 days. Some of these guys, you don't get your service in another week. And some of them, they will tell you it's going to arrive in 1 week, or it's going to be completed in 1 week, and it could be completed in 3 days. I'm sure that you know which one you would go for out of these two. And this is why it's very, very important to set your expectation in terms of delivery. If your product that you're offering, if it's a product that you need to hand make, for example, you're making a wig, or you're making a print, or you're creating a t-shirt and you need to put your print on it, if the service is going to take a long time, tell your customer it's going to take however long. If it's going to take 2 weeks, be clear on that, so that your customer knows that the delivery is going to take X amount of time and they can plan accordingly, because your customers may want to also use that service for a purpose. So if you are saying that your customer, your product or your service is going to be delivered in a week time, make sure that you deliver it before that week, before it gets to that delivery point, or you let the customer know. If in any way you are running behind, or your product is going to be late, or your service is going to be late to be delivered, communicate immediately to that customer. Let the customer know well in advance that it's going to take longer than normal, so that you can offer a refund immediately, or you can create the customer can wait. So it's either of the two, but manage your expectation, your customer expectation, in a way that you are delivering the service according to what your delivery date says. So another point I would love to make here is, do you offer refund or do you offer exchange? A lot of small businesses will tell you, I don't give refunds, I don't give exchanges, I don't do exchanges. But do you know that you're legally, in most cases, binded to give refund within 28 days? If you don't know this, then you need to start rethinking, because one of the things that would make a customer not want to buy from you at all in the first place is the fact that you don't give refund. So if you're a small business, I understand small businesses, refunds are not, is not the best way to grow a small business, because you don't want to be giving too many refunds out, or you don't want to be exchanging items every time. However, if you need to do refund, you need to do that. If it's an absolute way to grow your business, and it's a great way to make your customers trust your product. If you're releasing a product and immediately you're telling your customers, once you buy from me, then you can't return it, then it's not a good business practice. It is always good to give that space, to give that openness, and to give that opportunity for your customers to be able to return their products if they're not happy with it. You don't have to make customers feel that they must keep that product under compulsion. No. So if you're a small business, you need to include that as part of your business policies, to offer refund. In the worst case scenario, offer exchange. At the very, very worst case scenario, let them be able to exchange it for a different product. With that, customers will trust your product. If they buy a service from you and you know that the delivery, you cannot meet the delivery, you return back the money to the customer. You can't keep hold on the customer's money and think that it's okay to delay the service. Just because you cannot return the service, just because you cannot return the money back, or because you think that you've wasted so much effort in producing that service, and as such you cannot return the money back to the customer, it is a very, very bad business practice. So make sure that you include that. I know some of the products as well, refund is not possible on some products, especially when you are selling personal items, in terms of what the underwears and lingerie and other personal items, and also for customized products. I know that return or refund returns are not accepted on most customized products, but you want to give that leverage to a customer. You want to give that opportunity to a customer to be able to at least get some money back if they are not happy with your service. So the last point I would love to share with you today is to try as much as possible to include upselling and cross-selling as part of your business strategy, because this would help you to increase your customer base and also to increase your profit as well. What do I mean by cross-selling and upselling? If you don't know already, it is just a way of recommending similar products to what you sell to a customer at the point of checkout, or at any point, or even at the point of choosing an item. So for example, if you sell a pair of shoes and at the point of checkout, if you sell extra laces, extra shoe laces, or shoe polish, you might want to add that. You might want to recommend that to a customer to include that as part of what they are buying. And in most cases, this works. Is a trick that actually works, because a lot of customers have forgotten that they need that shoe polish in order to maintain their shoes. So things like that are products that you can add, which they are similar products, but they are like add-ons to what the customers can buy. And with that, showing that as options or recommending those to the customers at point of checkout, most especially, is always a best way in order to upsell, in order to get more profit, and also to maintain the customer relationship. Because guess what, if the customer is not coming back to buy the pair of shoe, they're coming back to buy the shoe polish, because they might just need the shoe polish for other shoes as well. So these are ways that you can help yourself in terms of creating more customers, creating your customer base, and also maintaining them, retaining those customers. Another way you can cross-sell and then encourage people to buy a package of courses at a discounted rate. I'm sure that this is making sense, because instead of now making profit on just one course, you are encouraging them by recommending a package of courses at a discounted rate. So you are increasing the volume of your sales, and they are coming back for more. So these are ways you can increase your sales and increase your customer base, and also increasing your profit as well. If this video has given you value today, please click the subscribe button. Please put your comments down for kind of videos that you would love me to bring to you all the time. I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you very much for another time with you today. Join me in the next video as I bring to you more ways that you can increase your business, or more ways or that you can leverage on passive income. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Bye now.